awesome. Oh, I just hit the top. I just bottomed out that rear wheel. Was a hoot. Well, I could get into scrambling. 30-year-old brakes. That's scrambling, baby. That is scrambling, ladies and gentlemen. I got caught out on that turn, but that was awesome. Crackle on this exhaust when you roll off is just the shit. There's just something so magical about riding a motorcycle that accelerates the way you expect it to. There are often times where you think, oh, I'll go for it, and you're let down by you're let down. This thing is, other than the brakes, 30-year-old brakes, this thing doesn't let you down. God bless Hondas, man. There are those who obsess over and are real fanboys for the VFR. And then there are the haters. And usually the haters, the real vocal haters, are the ones who've owned a VFR and for some reason have had an issue with it. And it usually has to do with kind of getting the engine out of the cradle frame. And it might be the newer ones, because this engine looks pretty exposed. And then there's a third camp of people like me who know nothing about the VFR. After riding this one, this is a sales pitch for being squarely in the VFR camp. Now, I'm sure this Ian Fitzgerald special. Nope. Is unlike any other VFR ever to be on the road or off. But I'm a convert. I gotta do 30 by feel through here. 30-year-old brakes. Lots of old fogies on adventure bikes not giving a shit about the nod. amateur nephrologist in the house. €30 brakes. This should be Lumi's. I do recognize this road. Lumi's Moto Cafe.
What do you think of that?
Is this for sale? This is awesome. That was awesome.
Good.
That was awesome. I have no other words.
Really?
I'm very inarticulate right now. That straight away through that farm.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Across the field.
I just had a shit-eating grin on my face the whole time.
Good.
It's so old school. You know what I mean?
It's 32 years old.
But this is what the kind of bikes I started on.
Yeah.
Like 80s, 70s and 80s bikes.
The engine's awesome, isn't it? VFR 750 engines are just the best.
There's a lot of people who talk crap about VFRs though.
They're a little bit flat right the way through the rev range. They don't have a lot of power, but this is geared down and you just feel the torque.
But you know what? That's the kind of bike I like.
Yeah.
I always
It's quite relaxed.
short shift my bikes.
Yeah, and this is easy to do that on,
This
isn't
is
it?
easy to do it. And you sit in third on this.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to shift. You don't have to do anything. It's just.
Yeah, it revs to the moon.
It revs to the
It really does.
and it sounds so good. I thought I was gonna piss that horse off though.
She was quite good in the end, wasn't she?
That horse was very tame and the rider was
I
very calm.
thought we were going to be stuck behind that for the whole length of that.
That was cool. Can I buy you tea?
Yeah, let's have a tea.
This bike is awesome, man. The seating position, the height of the handlebars.
It gets a little bit uncomfortable, I find, after a while.
Well, you're taller than me. You're taller than me, yeah.
Your legs are shorter
Yeah.
than me. And I find it gets me here because my legs are quite high.
Okay. I normally, when I get too much of a bend, I get it in the knee.
Right.
But
it gets me here. I start getting cramps up here.
yeah, okay.
That's what happens.
It's perfect geometry for me.
Now you can see why I've kept it for so long.
Yeah. So how long have you had this one?
Well, I had the engine for 20 years.
So you
more
had
than 25 years I've had that engine.
So you had this
engine,
when it was original?
No.
Oh, you just had the engine.
I bought an engine 25 years ago, and it was sat on the floor in my garage for 20 years. And then I built this out of it. So I just bought a frame and a swing arm and tank. So
cool.
every single piece on that I bought separately off eBay.
Or fabricated in your shed.
Or made it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cousin of it.
But that's the 800.
Is that the 800?
Yeah. But that's got chain-driven cams in it, whereas that's got the gear-driven cams.
Geared, okay.
So when they made the VF750, the VF750 back in the early 80s, it ate itself, didn't it? Because the engine was a load of shit, and I had one of them. It just ate itself. They called it the chocolate cam model, and so to try and get back a bit of reputation, they built that.
Okay.
So the VFR 750 with the gear-driven cams.
Yeah.
The motor's bulletproof.
Yeah.
They last forever. They're not worth anything, those engines, because they just go on and on.
So when they changed to the 800,
yeah, they went chain drive. Chain drive, and then you got tensioners, and Honda had bad reputation for shitty tensioners.
Maybe that's why. So that was the whole VFR.
Well, that was the reason why they built the VFR, to try and recoup their
rep.
Yeah.
So do you do all your own tuning and timing and?
You need to do.
Well, I guess on a Honda you don't, but at KTM do you?
KTM. When I changed the engine in that, because I left the carbs on it, I had to change there's a timing wheel on the end of the crank.
Okay.
I had to change that. So it was all the side casing off and everything, and changed the timing wheel.
Yeah.
Just because it was all set up for the fuel injection.
Yeah.
So yeah, I changed that, and that was it.
Okay.
But otherwise, no. I made there's a 2-into-1 link pipe on the back here. little bit there, I made that.
So when you do your exhausts, you don't have to change the tuning on the engine at all?
No, never done anything. Although I did when I put these carbs onto this 1000cc engine.
Yeah.
I did reject.
Because it's the 9.
Because they were jetted for the 950.
950.
But now it's got the 1000cc Super Duke engine in it. I just subjetted them one.
And you've never had to.
I know. I just cleaned the carbs on that when I did that.
Just clean them.
Absolute nightmare because you can see where the carbs are.
I know.
Right
That's. Yeah.
They are so difficult to get out.
That was the.
That was extremely hard. It took me 2 days to get the carbs back in. Because that's where they've just been sat around for so long, and all I took them apart, gave them a clean, and then the rubbers had gone on the engine, so I had to get new rubbers for it. But it was just putting the carbs back into the rubbers was an absolute mess, and I've never touched them since.
There's a lovely little backfire when you come off the throttle, and it's just.
A little bit, isn't it? This one does the same.
I love when bikes do that.
This had twin pipes on it originally, so there was another pipe here.
Ah.
So you know what it was, don't you? Yeah, it was one of them. Was that there? So you can see the similarity in the swing arm and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had all the engine bars on there. I've got all the twin tanks and everything. I've got them all fairing up in the loft in the garage, all wrapped up. So I could put it back as it was.
Yeah, but why would you?
Yeah, absolutely. Why would you?
That sounds like a KTM.
It's quite lively, so just
Lively.
it is lively.
Okay.
So just go steady up.
He's a bit nervous when I'm riding this. He didn't seem nervous back at the house, but now that it comes to it, maybe he's seen me XSR. He's seen how I ride. He's now a bit nervous. One side. It's tall. Looky-loos. If you like that video and you want to see more like them, hit like, share, and subscribe.